presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Here at the TPC Scottsdale in Arizona, and Frank, when so many people tune in to watch this great event, they think immediately of the 16th hole with all of those fans jammed in. It's like Fenway Park inside the desert there, but it's much more than that little par 3, isn't it?
It certainly is more than that, Rich. The TPC Scottsdale is a great venue for a PGA Tour event. It's changed. All in all, it's a great atmosphere with nearly 500,000 people that visit this during the tournament week.
That looked like a miss hit, Frank.
The lie was okay. It's a little surprising. Maybe wrong club.
Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Keimer attempting this for par. Wow, I thought he made that. No, that's not the way you want to start the back nine. Missed putt, bogey, and a drop shot. Just a shade over par, +1. On to the par 4 11th hole. Frank, what's the best play here?
No bunkers really here to worry about, Rich, so you have to pick something in the distance as a good line. Something a little bit away from the water that protects the left side of this fairway. And it's adjacent to the 15th hole, the other par 5 coming home. So a good drive, perhaps with a little bit of cut off the tee, and that should shape up nicely for this long par 4.
He's facing 100 yards here. This is a good-looking shot. He'll be pretty happy with that one, about 20 feet away in a good spot. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. How does that not go in?
Amazing. Stroke looked good. Line looked good. Just did not take that final break.
Slipping just a bit. Another bogey, and now 2 over par. Par 3 12th may not be as famous as the par 3 16th, but Frank, you think this may be a tougher and even better hole?
We see more bogeys and double bogeys here on 12 than 16 will ever see, and courtesy of the water behind and to the right of this green. If you're going to bail out, find one of those bunkers. A good bunker player obviously can get it up and down, but it's still no snack trying to record your par 3 at 12.
Oh my goodness, he just made that. I cannot believe it.
I was thinking he might get it close, and just a great shot.
To the par 5 13th here at TPC Scottsdale. Lots of danger left and right of this tight fairway, Frank.
This hole has really changed over the years. It used to be a split fairway. That no longer exists. That bunker you can see down the left side, which you can't carry, really defines the left side of this hole. Water still in play down the right, and big change here is the bunkering along the left, front, and left side of this green. So you can't just blaze away and comfortably expect to hit 13 and 2 anymore.
Frank made this hole just a little bit harder hitting it into the rough.
I would say a lot harder.
Well, that's what the great ones do. From the rough, they use their skill and their strength to get it out and get it close. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle. The second shot now to the par 4. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance, a couple of feet. Looks like he just misread that. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Just a couple of feet. So, 2 over par for the round. Now at the par 5 15th, and Frank, there is plenty to catch your eye. There's also quite a bit to catch your ear. You can hear the roars at the par 3 16th. So how do you focus on the task at hand?
Great question, Rich. You know, you realize you're about to enter the stadium part of the golf course. But this is the last par 5 that you're going to play. We've seen eagles here over the years. We've seen many a player hit it in the water off the tee or water short of the green. Certainly one of the tougher tee shots coming in. No bunkers here to worry about.
Frank, I hate to go negative, but let's clear a few things up. The penalties when you hit it in the water versus hitting it out of bounds.
Yeah, some people, that's a good question, Rich, because some people think they're almost the same, but when you hit it out of bounds, you're actually losing a stroke and a distance. For example, if I'm teeing off on a par 4 and I hit it out of bounds, I'm penalised a stroke for hitting it out of bounds, and I'm hitting my 3rd shot off the tee. When I hit it into a water hazard, I don't have to lose all of that distance. I can drop the ball up just short of the water hazard. So the distance penalty isn't the same as if it was out of bounds.
So the previous shot into the drink, this now the 4th shot. Not his best effort right there. That's a bogey, and now 3 over. Well, here we are at the 16th hole, looking at just over 160 yards. Doesn't seem all that daunting, Frank. But 160 yards with 20,000 people, horned into a little stadium in the desert, that makes it a different story.
It certainly is. This was one hole, too, where Tom Watson would send his caddy forward. He would stay back by 15. His caddy would get his yardage. Watson would simply walk on the tee. His caddy would give him the club. He would not go through his normal routine. He would simply just head away. It was one hole that he never wanted to think about. It might look simple, but it's what the player feels.
Needs this for par. 3 over for the day. Frank, 16 was fun. 17 is always exciting here at TPC Scottsdale.
You've got to be careful because that water that sort of goes around the left side of the green, if that ball's coming in with a little bit of hook, it's just going to keep going left. There's the one bunker you really have to focus on. That's the one in the middle of the fairway. 280 will carry that. Chances are the ball can run onto the green. It takes a brave man really to try and fly this ball all the way there. It's not really needed because there's always another 10 or 15 yards of run. Factor that in.
Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie. Martin Keimer for birdie. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Just a tap in to finish the hole. Did the job right there. Well, again, the fairways are lined with those huge galleries coming off 16 and 17. Now the finishing hole here at TPC Scottsdale. And Frank, what can we expect?
Well, this is a goodie. It'll play slightly as a dogleg left. Now, many a year, a player would try and carry the ball all the way over that water down the left side. But those new bunkers down there, it stopped the J.B. Holmes attack on this par 4. You're really going to have to play a little right of those now. And there's a couple of bunkers up on the hill to stop you doing that. So this is really a much tougher tee shot. 440 yards of par 4 just got a little bit more difficult.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
And he's made the green. Locked in on the read and the speed. Nice putt. Count it. Frank, what a day of golf we saw.
Yeah, the modifications to TPC Scottsdale is it presents better to the eye. It's certainly a better test for the player. And on top of that, it is a good reward
EA Sports is proud to present PGA Tour coverage. Home to the Devil's Cauldron Volcano, welcome to Treasure Island, located in the South Pacific Ocean. Ahoy! I'm Rich Lerner, alongside my friend and colleague. We call him the Dark Pirate. He's from New Zealand, Frank Nobilo. Ready to call all the action out here today on this hard-to-find, mysterious course. Good luck finding this in your hometown. Some are here, Frank, just for the lure of the buried treasure. But I can't wait to see what this course brings to the table. What can you tell us about Devil's Cauldron Volcano?
Rich, the first thing that you notice are the different flag sticks out there. The skull and cross take the direct route. But get off the ship, find some dry land, keep away from the water, and you'll be more than rewarded. But also be very, very wary. The bounty's not for everyone. So grab your 6-iron and don't walk the plank.
Thank goodness, Frank, back on dry land here.
As long as this one avoids it.
This is the 6th shot after that previous shot went into the water. So toweled off, dried off, and ready to go.
And let's hope this swing he hasn't still got the floaties on.
So he's playing his 8th shot. Frank, how do you keep it together?
It's hard to imagine. He's just completely lost his mind at the moment.
And the tee shot ends up in the bunker. He missed the fairway in the fairway bunker now.
It's not all gloom and doom, though. Lip isn't too high. A good swing here still shouldn't be a problem.
Frank, that was the right thing to do.
Yeah, there was no advantage to try and get any more out of that. Smart shot.
He might want to bring his shovel. More sand. All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in.
Not very good at all right there.
No, I think it's time to sell the clubs, buy a tennis racket.
That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
So after all that, it's a bogey. Getting set now to tee off the 12th here at Treasure Island. It's a par 4, and again, you need to make the trip across a couple more islands.
Oh, that was sweet. Straight down the middle.
This, the 2nd shot here at the par 4. This would be a good time to reverse the slide. 5 over par on the day. Frank, the par 5 13th here at Treasure Island. I have to say, this makes the par 5 18th famous hole at Pebble Beach look like a walk in the park.
It certainly does. All the choices here, though, Rich, at the 13th, and, 13 is unlucky for some. The fairway for most is always down the right, but then if you hit your tee shot, then where do you go next? You go down the left on that little sliver of land. You go further down there in the nice big patch of green grass that leaves you an easy 3rd shot. Perhaps maybe even try for 2 at this par 5 that measures close to 600 yards.
He'll need to be strong with this.
Oh, this is way offline.
He knew it right from the start. Now that is a shot that will be replayed over and over. Frank, here we go at the 14th, right at the base of Devil's Cauldron.
Yeah, things are starting to heat up here at this par 4 that bends to the right. sliver of fairway. That's to be gone at. And then the green just tucked around the side. So blind with the tee shot, but a good tee shot shouldn't leave too much of a problem with that second shot. And really a good chance for birdie.
That is a good tee shot too. Molten lava. That one was hot right off the club face. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Try to scramble here. He's given himself a chance for par. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Well, you just can't make up ground if you don't make putts. Drop shot here at the 14th hole. Clean this up with a tap. Well, too bad. He gives one back. Frank, this is where you begin to see almost this ingenious, evil nature of this design by the Pirates here at Treasure Island. It gets punishing to the finish.
It certainly does, Rich. This is also where we start our ascent to the summit of Devil's Cauldron with just a little tempting.
Look out, that ball's OB, and that'll be a one-shot penalty. So playing the third shot right now after having gone OB. That looked like a miss hit, Frank.
The lie was okay. It's a little surprising. Maybe wrong club.
Once you hit double par, it is time to just pick up and move on. Count that as a triple bogey. Ouch. Frank, the climb continues here at the 16th. Tricky, especially off that tee. You can see there's trouble there on the left.
Devil's elbow. That's why it's called that, Rich. Aim a little far left or don't find the landing strip and you will pay a severe price on this dogleg right par 4. Plus the green is just sort of cut right into the side of the volcano.
So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be.
Yeah, minimize the problems.
Third shot, Martin Keimer.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. That one ends up in the rough.
That went sideways.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Well, not quite enough on that one, Frank.
Yeah, coming out of the rough.
Well, that's what separates the good players from the great players. The ability to get it that close from that kind of lie. It has been a terrible hole to this point. Keimer now for double. Been a rocky round. Now to the par 4 17th. 366 yards from the back tee here to the middle of the green. Not much room for error here, Frank.
Yeah, it mightn't be long, but the price you pay if you're offline, especially to the right, you pay with your life.
Good tee shot right in the short grass. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. Yeah, that was a little over-ambitious.
And he's made it onto the green now. And getting ready for the putt. Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. Well, Frank, we thought 17 at TPC Sawgrass was hard. Try hitting it over lava.
I was going to say, this is a lovely finishing hole, Rich. A lovely finishing hole.
Oh, man, not a good shot at all. Frank, this is always such a difficult spot for a golfer. You just hit one out of bounds. You're trying to regroup.
He's going to need to more than regroup now.
So now he's playing his third shot, Frank, after hitting it OB.
A good tee shot, though. So see if he can string a couple of good shots together now.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Those are painful from that distance.
Yeah, just another one added to the card. Big mistake.
So a tester from 4 feet. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Well, Frank, as we put a wrap on the day, it was plain to see he just didn't have his best stuff, but that's golf, and there's always tomorrow.
Yeah, the beauty of this game, you're rated by your best